Country music night from Jimmy John's Field. It's a rematch of Thursday's game brought to you by Extra Credit Union. It's the visiting Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers and the home Utica Unicorns. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Brendan Shabath. My partner here is Nick Matthews, and as you can tell, Nick is very happy that it's country music night.
Absolutely. We got the two most rootin'est, tootin'est teams this side of the Clinton River. I'm ready for some country music and for some baseball this evening.
Well, we're certainly ready for a better game than we had Thursday. It was a good game, 4-3 win for the Unicorns over the Beavers. We've got the rematch tonight. However, as some of you may remember, that was the game with the hour-long rain delay after just one inning played. So let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game where we hopefully won't have any rain. We'll start with the visiting Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Leading off and playing center is the lefty Tyler Fraley. The DH role today is the number 2 hole hitter Marcus Page, who's usually at second, getting a day off in the field. Eric Whitfield, the right fielder, will bat third. Eric Ramirez, the shortstop, is in the cleanup spot at number 4. Ryan Sullivan, first baseman, number 2, bats fifth. Cody Stevenson, usually on the bench, gets the start today. The second baseman, switch hitting. It will hit in the 6th hole. Nafi Mercedes, the third baseman, will bat 7th. Omar Ortiz will catch and bat 8th, and Saywan Lawrence will be out in left and bat 9th. They will go against the starting pitcher for the Utica Unicorns, Nick Cardinal. On the other side for the home Utica Unicorns, Drew Galassi gets the start. The lefty will play in center today. He'll bat first. Adam De La Cruz gets a start in left field. He bats second. And the number 3 spot, Ari Sakopoulos, the big, powerful lefty, plays first today. Leandy Castro will bat cleanup and play right. Noah Childress in the DH spot in the 5 hole for the Unicorns today. Kevin Lambert bats 6th and plays third. Matt Parkinson will be behind the dish for the Corns, batting 7th. Louis Attilis bats 8th and plays short, and the veteran John Hodo will bat 9th and play second. They will be going against Austin Shea of the Beavers. And Nick, we mentioned Shea starting today for the Beavers, Cardinal starting today for the Corns. Two really good pitchers. We'll start with Austin Shea. He's got an ERA through 3 games of about 4.5, looking to turn that down a little bit. And that's what we've seen from a lot of pitchers so far through the early goings. Maybe haven't quite lived up to their own expectations, but they get comfortable. We get into that 3rd week of baseball, and they've done well. There's a chance for Shea to do that tonight.
Absolutely. Well, when you have only 3 starts, your ERA and your stats are going to be a little bit more inflated or not settling in as they would be later in the season. But he does have 13 strikeouts. That is an astounding number so far, and 6 of them are backwards Ks, so he's leaving batters in the dust. And Nick Cardinal, he also brings a lot to the table. 9 innings pitched. He's got a 1-0 record, 5 Ks on only 1 walk so far. But you also have to mention that he does give up a lot of hits. So the opposing Beavers are going to have a decent time at the plate today against Nick Cardinal, and hopefully he can minimize the amount of hits that he gives up today.
Nick Cardinal has looked great on the mound, pitching in the low 90s velocity-wise for the fastball. He's looked great mechanically, and he also just straight up looks great. Cardinal probably has the best hair of anybody in the USPBL. I kind of want to give him the nickname Mufasa. He's got the lion's mane back there, the big, poofy, dark brown hair. I mean, by far the best head of hair in the league.
Absolutely. Nick Cardinal coming out of Alberta, Canada. There might be something in the maple syrup up there that gives him the luscious locks or something up there. I don't know. But Nick Cardinal is certainly a sight to see, and I'm hoping he has a good outing tonight for the Unicorns and Austin Shea duo for the Beavers.
So we'd be remiss if we talked about today's game without mentioning last night's game. If you missed it, I'm sorry you missed perhaps the game of the year so far. We had drama galore in the 9th inning and beyond. It started with the Diamond Hoppers, who were down by a run in the top of the 9th, down to their last out, had bases loaded with 2 outs, and a wild pitch from Colin Ledbetter brought Drew Bayard home to tie the game. We would go into extras. The Hoppers won the toss. They would decide to field. Elijah Brown, who was the ghost runner on first, got all the way to third before Nathan Ade, the leadoff hitter for the Mammoths, had to even take a swing. He got there via balk and a wild pitch. So Brown was 90 feet from scoring the winning run with no outs and no base runners yet for the Mammoths hitters. And then a strikeout to Nathan Ade, an intentional walk, and then Nick Caruso flew out to center, and Blake Porter with the play of the night caught the ball out in center through a stripe at home to beat Brown and win the game for the Hoppers. A really fantastic game, and the one thing I want to talk about, Nick, is the extra innings rule. We've seen it twice so far, the coin toss that is, in the USPBL. The first time the Unicorns beat the Mammoths. They won the toss, decided to hit, scored a run, and won. Unfortunately, the Mammoths have been on the bad side of both of these extra inning games. Last night, obviously, the Hoppers win the toss, decide to field and win. So one team decided to hit and they won, and another team decided to field and they won. That bodes well for the future of the USPBL.
Absolutely. This, going forward, helps out the stability of this new rule. And the Mammoths, unfortunately, aren't the biggest fans of it at the moment because they've been on the losing side both times, both by sacrifice flies. They tried it, and the second time lost, and they had it on them the first time, also lost. But it does help the stability of this new implemented sudden death rule.
It's been, if you're a baseball fan, fantastic to watch, and if you're a USPBL fan, even better. It really just adds to the excitement and galore of the drama that happens in those late inning games, and really has been fantastic to watch so far. So we give credit to the USPBL managing office that put that in place. Today's game, a rematch of Thursday's, hopefully a better game like we talked about with the weather. Still a blustery day. It wouldn't be a pregame show if our papers weren't flying around and our hair was in the wind, but a 4-3 win for the Unicorns. Mainly benefactors of a tough first inning for Josh Wannenberg, who was the catcher for the Beavers. It was raining in that first inning. The rain kind of came out of nowhere. Wannenberg had 2 errant throws down to third base that went into left field. They totaled 3 runs scored. The Unicorns would end up winning that game 4-3. And I talked to Josh Hines, the assistant coach for the Beavers. He said that was essentially the deciding factor. After the first inning, they played a perfect game. They were 1 out, 1 hit away in certain spots from breaking that game open and coming out with a win, and they're looking for a better result today.
Absolutely. A 4-3 win from the result of the rain, the buckets coming down, and it was just error after error, and it had to do with the ground, the balls flying out of their hands, not holding on to it long enough. It's one after another, and you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
That's right.
But in the Unicorns' case, the buckets can come down from the sky, from the heavens, and they can get a taste of victory.
And now, not that we're rooting against the Unicorns, but with the Diamond Hoppers winning last night, that's their 3rd in a row. They now move out of last place. They're 3-5. They're in 3rd place. The Beavers here are 2-4. They bump down to 4th place. But the 2, 3, and 4 teams are all really close. Not that we're rooting against the Unicorns, but they're still 5-1, kind of dominating the league. The Beavers have a chance to really make this a tight early race through the first month of USPBL baseball this year.
Yep. Towards the bottom of the lineup of the standings, it's a very tight race, like you said, and the Unicorns are kind of running away with it at the moment, but they got some competition right up their tail, to put into sense. But it's going to be a good game tonight nonetheless, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we are certainly looking forward to it. We hope you are too. If you are and itching to get to baseball, stick around. It's coming right up after this on the USPBL Network.
Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
Country music night here at Jimmy John's Field. It's Saturday night baseball. We've got the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers taking on the Utica Unicorns. The Beavers 2-4 so far this season. They've slipped into last place, down in fourth after the Diamond Hoppers have won 3 in a row. And as you can see on your screen, the Unicorns are rolling. They're 5-1. Their only loss and first loss of the year coming this week on Wednesday in the non-public to the aforementioned Eastside Diamond Hoppers. And there was nobody there to see it, but Nick, the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers are going to try to have some fans see a loss tonight for the Unicorns. They desperately need a win.
Yeah, they definitely have their work cut out for them. The Unicorns, like you said, have been rolling, and their only loss to the Hoppers earlier this week. Maybe they can possibly put another L on the L column for the Unicorns. The Beavers have Austin Shea taking on Nick Cardinal today for the pitching duel, the Western Showdown here tonight. For Country Music Night, live music. It's supposed to be a great day for baseball. 77 degrees, mostly cloudy here at Jimmy John's Field. I'm ready for it.
We've got a high of 80, a low of 56. Hopefully it doesn't quite get down there. A high of 80 wouldn't be too bad. 76 degrees right now, partly cloudy skies. Sunset is set for 9:09 p.m. There's a 30% chance of rain at 10 and a 50% chance of rain at 11 o'clock. If everything goes right, we will be done and out of the ballpark by then, and at least driving home in the rain, not quite playing baseball in the rain. Today's game is brought to you by Extra Credit Union. We thank them for their sponsorship, and it's also brought to you by the following proud sponsors: Ascension, Belfour Property Restoration, Budweiser, DTE Energy, Fifth Third Bank, Jarbcom, Jimmy John's, Macomb Community College, McLaren Macomb, Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers, Pepsi, Scott's, Valpak, and United Wholesale Mortgage. We thank all of our proud sponsors for everything they do for the USPBL. As they announce the starting lineups for the home Utica Unicorns, we've got some fans on the field, some children. We're going to step aside as we wait for the anthem, and when we come back, it's time for first pitch with the Unicorns in the field and the Beavers batting. Stick around right here on the USPBL Network.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
While credit cards help pay for everyday expenses, carrying a balance each month can be tough on your budget. Since interest rates compound daily, the amount you owe gets bigger and bigger each day the balance goes unpaid. A Green Path debt management program helps you regain control of your finances by lowering credit card interest rates, reducing your monthly payments, stopping late fees, improving overall financial health, paying off credit card debt in 5 years or less, Our caring certified counselors work with you to understand your financial picture and support you on the steps to get control of high-interest debt and achieve financial health. Call 844-572-5921 and get control of high-interest credit card debt today.
There's nothing better than a ball game at Jimmy John's Field and a cold beer from Midland Brewing Company. Hi, I'm Kyle, the head brewer at Midland Brewing Company, here to wish you a stellar time making memories at Jimmy John's Field. And we hope that you're living it up with a Copper Harbor Ale in your cup. You can find more of our selections here at the ballpark and around town at your favorite bottle shops too. We hope you have a ball at the game, and remember, enjoy responsibly. Let's play ball.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field. It's country music night. The starting lineups have been announced. God Bless America, the national anthem, have been sung. The colors have been presented, and we're just about ready for baseball here from downtown Utica at Jimmy John's Field on this lovely Saturday night. This will be the last game of the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No Sunday game, as tomorrow Sunday will be spent with the College Sunday Showcase. Many of the college baseball players whose seasons were not finished at the start of this USPBL season but are now finished have a chance to come and try out through about the first month of the USPBL and show what they've got. And Nick, we're certainly going to see some new faces probably on all four of these teams. That each team has expressed that they have some areas of need that they would like to address, and they should see that happen on Sunday.
We're hearing a lot of great publicity from these college students that are coming into Jimmy John's Field, and hopefully we see some familiar faces and hopefully some new faces of these college teams coming into Utica, Michigan, and maybe some possible new bright futures that we can possibly get them up into their next level.
Let's take a look at our pitching comparison brought to you by Ascension. As we've mentioned, it's that man Nick Cardinal for the home Utica Unicorns taking on Austin Shea. Cardinal with one win to his name this year. He's showed up in 3 appearances, has had 2 starts. He's got an ERA of 5. Shea's right there at 4.5. Cardinal just a few less innings pitched with 9. Shea with 12, both tied with 12 strikeouts. 12 hits. Decent numbers for them, and then 13 strikeouts for Austin Shea to just 9 walks, 5 strikeouts to just 1 walk for Nick Cardinal. Both have looked good, still trying to get more innings before we jump to conclusions and judgments about these two, but here's an opportunity tonight. Neither one of them necessarily given a pitch limit. We expect both of them to at least get through 4 innings. We'll see if either one can have a good day and stretch their start to 5 or 6. starting with Nick Cardinal. He's got a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a circle change, and a curveball. Those circle changes and curveballs right around the same velocity. It would be tough for hitters to pick up, and he can challenge a lot of hitters with those. His velocity looked really good the last time out. That fastball was consistently around 91 in his last start. This is Cardinals' first time pitching this week. Did not pitch in the non-public on Wednesday or in the public game between these Beavers on Thursday. The Unicorns wearing their home whites with purple lettering and numbering and the red and purple hats. And the Beavers have one of the better uniforms that we've seen. We wait for them to take the field so you guys can see it on your screen, but for those of you that can't, the Beavers are in their red jerseys today. There they are with the gray pants, the blue hats and helmets. Nick, those, I really like those, especially really like the logo on the back behind the number.
It's kind of like the Woolly Mammoths with their jerseys last night, but it throws in a little bit of the Boston Red Sox kind of feel to them with their alternate red jerseys.
Those are neat. The Unicorns are going to get some nice uniforms next week for Spanish Heritage Day. Stay tuned to the USPBL network for those. Those are by far the best uniforms we've seen in the league this year. We've seen the Top Gun Maverick uniforms from the Woolly Mammoths. We've seen the Hoppers in their whites, their greens, their blacks. The Beavers wear pinstripes in the white when they're the home team. We've seen them in the navy blue, and today they're in the red. First pitch at 7:07. 84 miles an hour above the zone for a ball. Tyler Fraley leading things off for the Beavers. He's had a good start to this year, 6 for 22. 3 RBIs to his name, has worked 4 walks. Fraley, a speedster, has been caught stealing twice so far this year, though. He's only attempted it twice. The 2-0 to Fraley, way inside on the feet, quickly ahead, 3-0.
Look out. Tyler Fraley also showing his speed out in the outfield as well, playing center field for this Beaver defense.
The 3-0 finds its way in there, a slider at 84 for strike 1. Fraley, the only true lefty in this lineup. Cody Stevenson is a switch hitter. He's batting in the 6-hole today. 3-1. Hit foul by Fraley. That was a 4-seamer. A little bit lower on the velocity spectrum for Cardinal at 85 miles an hour. Cardinal works the middle of the rubber. The payoff pitch in on the hands on Fraley and an easy little bloop pop-up to the third baseman Lambert for out number 1.
It's good work from Cardinal there to come back from a 3-0 count against Tyler Fraley, and then it had nubbed one off the end of the bat.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Nick Cardinal today. De La Cruz, Galassi, and Castro out there in the outfield left to right. Lambert, who we just saw catch that pop-up at third. It's Attilis at short, the veteran Hodo at second, Sakopoulos at first, and Matt Parkinson gets the start behind the plate today. First pitch in there for a strike. Parkinson gives the universal sign of approval. Points the glove at Cardinal, likes that pitch. 86-mile-an-hour slider in there for strike 1. This is Marcus Page, as that pitch misses just outside. The DH today, Page usually plays second base. I was speaking with Vaughn Joshua, the manager of the Beavers, before today. Page has been trying to change his swing, adapt to professional baseball, and gets a chance today to just focus on hitting in the DH spot. He's ahead 2-1 right here. It's a fastball count for Page. That's something Joshua has stressed mightily to his team, is you can't miss the fastball in professional baseball if you want to be successful. That was a slider at 84, fouled back. Evens up the count 2 apiece.
These past few days, the berm out there in right field has been packed. Big party on the lawn.
A lot of fans out there with their blankets getting set up for picnics. 2-2 inside. It nicked Page on the elbow. Didn't quite get out of the way, and Page starts the day off getting on base, hit by pitch, first hit batter, and first base runner of the day. That'll bring up the right fielder, Eric Whitfield. 7 for 20 today, 2 RBIs. Both of those came against these Unicorns on Thursday. Had 2 separate RBI singles. Was the catalyst for 2 of the 3 of the Beavers' runs. Page with a healthy lead at first. First pitch is outside to Whitfield. That fastball, not quite the same velocity we're used to from Cardinal. We'll see if he can turn it up as the night goes on. It's been stuck around 85 right now. This one's chopped up the middle. Tillis goes 6. Will keep it himself to Sikopoulos, and that's a twin killing to end the top of the first inning. Nice play by Tillis there.
Good unassisted double play.
Page was the runner at first. He got caught out. Believe it's now time for JJ, the field general, and our thrifty florist sweetheart of the game. See if we can find JJ here in the stands. Might be hiding from us right now. There he is. Miss Judy is our benefactor. She'll receive a bouquet from Thrifty Florist. JJ enjoying the nice warm weather today, as we mentioned, mid-70s. Now it's time for our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Facts. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Does that make the Unicorns the national baseball team of Scotland? I don't know how much baseball they play over there.
I don't know. They play a lot of golf, though.
Number 2, Boston Celtics team owner chose the team nickname over the Whirlwinds, Olympians, and Unicorns. Whirlwinds is interesting. I don't know if that's a great team name. Unicorns certainly is. A unicorn's horn is called an alicorn.
Huh. I thought it was just called
I thought it was a horn, yeah. Kind of like they described it at the start there. Now, something, you know, if anybody ever asks you what's a weird fact, you know, you can say a unicorn's horn is an alicorn.
Right. Or a piece of lint is called a nerd.
Yeah.
At the bottom of your pocket.
Yeah, pocket lint. There's Austin Shea, the starter today for the Beavers. As we've mentioned, Shea, 3 games played this year, all of them starts. 0-2 record, still looking to get that first win. 4.5 ERA, total of 12 innings pitched, 6 runs, all of them earned, 9 walks, but 13 strikeouts is a big number for Austin Shea. He's going to try to add to that today. Leading things off for the Unicorns will be Drew Galassi, the center fielder, the everyday leadoff hitter for this Unicorns team. He's not going to leave that number 1 hole a whole lot. Behind him is Adam De La Cruz and Ari Sikopoulos. De La Cruz, typically an infielder, getting the start in left field today, has moved up a little bit in the order. Adrian Guzman, who is still the head manager today, as Jim Essien still at the Essien family reunion this weekend in Texas. Jim Essien will be here tomorrow for the Sunday showcase. Wasn't able to make it back for today's game, but Adrian Guzman has liked what he's seen from De La Cruz early on in this season. De La Cruz in just 9 plate appearances is 2 for 8, has an RBI and a walk, yet to strike out. Here's another guy who's been really good this year, Galassi. 7 for 20, has a home run, a couple RBIs, and has worked 6 walks. The first pitch to Galassi is a fastball at 88 from Shea. Shea's got a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, and a slurve. There's another fastball, 89, dips under the zone for ball 1.
Drew Galassi, very good at being the leadoff hitter, as mentioned. He's also got a lot of speed around the base path.
Pitch way outside. Galassi's 1 for 1 in stolen bases this year. Hasn't quite been in too many stolen base opportunities. That one he does have came in Thursday's game against these Beavers. 2-1. Way outside. 84 miles an hour. That one misses for Shea. Quickly falls behind 3-1.
Looks like that one just got away from him.
Those change-up and slurves are going to be right around the same velocity today for Shea. 88-mile-an-hour fastball and a 5-pitch walk to Drew Galassi to start things off today for the Unicorns. After the leadoff walk, let's take a look at the defense behind Austin Shea for the Beavers. In the outfield, left to right, Sawan Lawrence, Tyler Fraley, and Eric Whitfield. That's pretty much going to be the main 3 outfielders for the time being for the Beavers. It's Nafi Mercedes and Eric Ramirez on the left side of the infield, and Cody Stevenson gets the start today at second, with Sullivan at first and Omar Ortiz behind the dish. Josh Wannenberg, the newcomer out of LSU Shreveport, had the start on Thursday. He's off today. Ortiz taking his place. The first pitch to De La Cruz is above for ball 1.
Ortiz starting on a lot of those early season games. Good to see him back behind the dish.
That one's in the dirt, grabbing the attention of Drew Galassi as Eric Ramirez will meet with Shea on the mound. Might be discussing what to do should Galassi run here. There's a good chance he does. Looked like Ryan Sullivan for a second. Might not hold Galassi, but he will hold him at first. 2-0 on De La Cruz. And now 3-0. So we've seen 8 pitches today already from Austin Shea. 7 of them have missed the zone. The 3-0. Fastball, not quite middle, but in the zone for strike 1. De La Cruz, the 25-year-old Bronx, New York native. Spent two seasons at Southeastern in the NAIA.
Our director, PJ, a little partial where he grew up.
PJ is also a Bronx native, and I'm sure he'll like to see his fellow Bronx brethren work a 5-pitch walk, back-to-back walks to start the day for Austin Shea. Not exactly what Vaughn Joshua and Josh Hines had in mind, especially with this guy coming up at the dish, the lefty Ari Sakopoulos.
Sounds like the players are getting into the country music night, picking country songs as their walk-up music.
Sakopoulos this year, 6 for 24, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Has looked really good, had some nice powerful swings. It seems like if he doesn't strike out or hit a home run, it's a deep fly out to the outfield. Gets the start today at first base, has been primarily in left field through the first 6 games for the Unicorns. He's ahead 0-1. Fastball, bottom of the zone, 89, fouled back. Galassi, the runner at second. De La Cruz, the runner at first. Both reaching by virtue of a walk. Shea's walk numbers early on, averaging right now almost 7 walks per 9. That's a number he's certainly focused on trying to get down. It's that slurve at 78, misses the zone.
Wind slightly breezing out there in left field.
It's been swirling today. This is the exact type of wind Ari Sakopoulos likes to see, pushing the ball out to right. Big swing and a miss there. He wanted that one. You might have even heard me up here calling for the wind and thought about it. He's been the benefactor a couple times this year of some pull home runs over the right field wall with some wind behind it.
It's like, yeah, Brendan, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, baseball's simple. Just hit the ball out of the park, and then you'll win. You'll be a good ball player if you do that. 2-2, Shea steps off. Is that our first time limit warning we've seen? The field umpire tapped his right wrist with his left 2 fingers, and so did the home plate umpire. That pitch got him looking. Strike 3. Sakopoulos doesn't like the call. He'll hold in the batter's box for an extra beat. And a big strikeout looking for out number 1 for Austin Shea.
That brings his backwards K count to 7 on the season. That's half of his total strikeouts are backwards.
It doesn't get any easier behind Ari Sakopoulos for Shea. Leandy Castro steps up. Castro's Batting average numbers not quite where he would like them to be, but he's a big power hitter. He's got 2 RBIs, a home run this year. Takes a big cut there and misses. First time we've seen Shea ahead in the count to start an at-bat, 0-1.
We were talking yesterday about how critical it is for a pitcher to get ahead in the count and the difference
Check the swing ball in the dirt.
an at-bat can make if the pitcher gets ahead in the count, and how more likely it is to result in an out.
Well, that's something Vaughn Joshua and I talked about today, you know, as far as from the hitter's standpoint. Every pitcher, essentially, what they're trying to do is get a first pitch strike. They're going to give you a pitch that's likely in the zone. Most of the time, it's going to be a fastball as Castro falls behind 1-2, another swing and a miss. Most of the time, it's going to be a fastball, and you got to be ready to hit it. If you're missing the fastball, especially at the start of an at-bat, you're not going to be successful when you're trying to move up levels, and that's one thing he's really stressed to his hitters is you got to be ready for that fastball. They're going to put it in the zone, especially if it's a first pitch. And there's another swing and a miss for Castro. Couldn't quite come up with it, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Austin Shea, just what the doctor ordered after a leadoff walk followed by another.
We're going to keep an eye out on that today. See if the pitcher gets a first pitch strike and how likely it is for them to result in an out.
Now with 2 down, it's the DH, Noah Childress. He looks at a called strike 1. Childress, very good batting numbers early on, hitting .500 in 16 at-bats. Has worked 2 walks, only struck out once. 6 RBIs already this season. Has a home run to his name as he smacks that ball foul to the right over the screen.
Playing that designated hitter position, and he's probably the best candidate for that spot for the Unicorns.
Someone Adrian Guzman talked about. He can't take this bat out of the lineup right now. Childress has just been so consistent and clutch for the Unicorns lately. 2 on and 2 out. That ball's under Ortiz. The runners are going to stay. Stayed pretty close. First ball to Childress. Childress, if I'm not mistaken, obviously he has his helmet on, but I believe he's rocking a fresh haircut today too. You know, look good, feel good, play good, right?
You hit, you don't sit. Fresh cut, love it.
The 1-2. Bottom of the zone, he got him looking again. Back-to-back walks to start the innings, and then it goes like this. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Just how you want to do it if you're Austin Shea to get out of a troublesome start in the first as we head to the second inning, knotted at 0 here from Jimmy John's Field on the US PBL Network.
I'm all in with HR and Organizational Development Council.
I'm all in with Marketing and Business Development Council.
I'm all in with Operations and Member Experience Council.
I'm all in with CEO Council.
I'm all in with Lending Council.
I'm all in with CFO Council.
I'm all in with Technology Council.
Our credit union is all in with CUNA Councils.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward, not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
Nick Cardinal will step out there for inning number 2. We're tied at 0-0. It'll be 4, 5, 6 hitters, Ramirez, Sullivan, and Stevenson for the Beavers. Eric Ramirez, someone who received props from Vaughn Joshua in that conversation I had with him today, says the numbers don't quite show it, but he's been really competitive in a lot of his at-bats. He's battled hard. Ramirez, the native of Lenore Ryan University in North Carolina, comes from Boston, Massachusetts, originally the Dominican Republic. First pitch, big bender breaking ball, 75 miles an hour, misses, ball one. In there for a called strike one. Ramirez just 2 for 10 to start this year. He does have a home run. It's not with the Beavers. He had a grand slam back when he originally joined the USPBL on this Unicorns team that he's facing today. Hard hit, fly ball out to right. Coming in and making the grab is Leandy Castro on the move.
Good range out there. Castro getting a good jump on that quick fly ball that was kind of tailing away from him, but tracking it down nonetheless.
And one up and one down brings up the big man, Ryan Sullivan, first baseman today. Sullivan usually the cleanup hitter. Hitting in the 5-hole today. Native of Aurora, Colorado. Spent 3 seasons at Gonzaga. Hit 10 home runs in his 3 seasons there, almost 40 RBIs. A quality .245 batting average. Does have a home run this season, just 2 for 19 to start the year. 3 RBIs, has struck out 8 times. The 1-0, thought about swinging and didn't, and it was a strike.
Ryan Sullivan, one of those big hitters in this USPBL league.
Someone who can threaten to be a home run king. Certainly will have a chance in the home run derby if he participates. He's ahead 2-1. Fastball count. He got it, but it was served above the zone. 3-1. Checking in on Facebook, Jason Beckler says we got rained out while serving food, and yeehaw. So I guess Beckler's a fan of country music night. Jason Grubb says let's go Beavers, rooting for the boys in red tonight. And a 5-pitch walk there to Ryan Sullivan as he takes ball 4 outside the zone. First base runner today, or excuse me, first base runner this inning for the Beavers. Lane Robinson, excuse me, says unicorns with the fire emoji. And then Lance Robinson says Hoppers/Mammoths ending was amazing last night with that laser from Porter. Let's go Unicorns tonight. Heidi Schmidt says I'm here. Let's go Unicorns. Hello, Heidi. Here's the switch hitting Cody Stevenson batting on the left side against the righty Nick Cardinal. He looks at a called ball. Sullivan on first, 1 for 1 in stolen bases this year. Not exactly touted for his speed. Standing at 6'5", 250, but he'll get on the move occasionally. This one's hit to third. There's Lambert. Flip to Hodo for 1, down to first for 2, and Stevenson was able to beat it out. Nice play.
Good bang-bang play over there.
The second inning was close to ending exactly like the first inning did, where the second man in the order gets on base and then a ground ball double play to end it. But instead, Stevenson beats it out for a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Nafi Mercedes. Mercedes, the third baseman today for the Beavers. That's been his spot in the infield all season. Looks at a breaking ball, ball 1.
Had good movement on it.
Ronald Walker on YouTube says, go Unicorns from Florida, go Carsey. Rooting for Carsey Walker, relief pitcher who we may or may not see today for the Corns. Mia Bishop Jones says, let's go Beavers. Thanks for all your prayers for my son, Travius Ford. Certainly hoping to see Travius Ford back in this Beavers lineup soon. it's looking like it might be a month-long injury or so. Ford, one of the more exciting players of this league. This one's in on the hands on Mercedes. Going to be a tough play for Lambert. Glove, flip, throw, out number 3. Good job. Back-to-back plays by Kevin Lambert. And Mercedes goes down. Still zeros here from Jimmy John's Field. We've got the Beavers on the other side of the break in the field. Stick around on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Austin Shea, a little worrisome start for him to the first inning. A leadoff walk to Drew Galassi, followed by another walk to Adam De La Cruz, but he turned it around. Strikeout looking to Sakopoulos, strikeout swinging to Castro, and another strikeout looking to Noah Childress brings up the 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the bottom of the second. We'll start with the third baseman, Kevin Lambert, who had 2 nice plays in the field to end the top half of the inning for the Unicorns in the field. Lambert's 3 for 17 this year with 2 RBIs, 4 strikeouts as well. Native of Tampa, Florida. First pitch, fastball misses. Lambert, I was talking with him and Malik Bolin before the game. And, we were talking about it's country music night. You guys country music fans? Malik Bolin happens to be. Bolin, as Lambert gets plunked there on the second pitch from Shea in the back. He'll be awarded first base. The first hit batter today by Shea, second hit batter of the game. It's Cardinal plunked Page back in the first inning. But Lambert was saying, yeah, it's country music night. Is there ever going to be a Spanish heritage night? We just had Polish American heritage night the other night. And I said, yeah, it's going to be next week. And you guys, the Unicorns, get the special jerseys like we already talked about. The best jerseys we're going to see this year, I think. It's the regular white, and then the sleeves are purple, but they're flowers.
Yes.
And it says Unicornios de Utica. And, man, they're sweet-looking jerseys. I told him to go on the website, check it out, and he loved them. Here's Matt Parkinson, the catcher today. Fouls this one back.
And that's a new promotion to the league, too. That's the first time we're rolling those Hispanic American Heritage Night,
So it is Hispanic Heritage Night next Thursday on the 16th. Fireworks Friday, obviously, the 17th. So country music night tonight. Classic rock night a week from today. Live music from the soundstage as the 0-1 pitch to Parkinson misses for ball 1. And then June 19th, you can celebrate Father's Day. Bring your dad down to the ballpark. Make sure you're paying for the ticket, buying him a hot dog and a beverage.
Doesn't have to work too hard that day.
Treat him to some good quality baseball here on a Sunday. That ball gets past Ortiz, and Kevin Lambert easily going to cruise into second on the wild pitch.
I see June 23rd, Ted Lasso night.
Ted Lasso night. Be a goldfish, Sam. I will 100% be here on June 23rd. I'm going to grab every promotional thing I can because I love Ted Lasso. Do you watch Ted Lasso?
I have not, but I've been meaning to watch it. It looks right up my alley.
Fantastic. If you don't know what Be a Goldfish, Sam, is from.
I know exactly what it's from.
Yeah.
I've seen that clip hundreds of times.
Sam Obisanya, a character in the show, soccer player, worried about, as this ball's in the dirt, Lambert thought about going to third, now has to go back to second and retreat. Obisanya was worried about his play, hadn't been playing well up to that point, and Ted Lasso said, you know what's the best animal in the world? A goldfish, Sam. You know why? Because they have a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam. And that's the famous line from the Apple TV hit Ted Lasso. 3-1 on Parkinson. Way past another pass ball. It'll be a walk for Parkinson. To throw down to third from Ortiz is not in time. So now nobody out, and the Unicorns threatening to strike first. They've got runners on the corners, and Louis Attilas due up.
Looks like Austin Shea might have to be a goldfish himself.
3 walks and 3 strikeouts today, and a hit batter. This is the 4th base runner of the day for the Unicorns. 3rd and 4th, out there on 3rd and 1st, and they haven't had a hit yet. Attilas stands in, righty-righty matchup. Attilas the shortstop for the Unicorns. First pitch swinging, a little bloop pop-up. Sullivan going back over his shoulder, nearly lost it. He does grab it. Pulls it down for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out to Attilas. Tough little play for Sullivan. A really
extremely tough
awkward angle, and he made it.
He made that look very easily. He had an entire concentration all the way through that process. Luckily, he made the grab over there.
Now here's John Hodo, USPBL veteran. Spent last season with the Unicorns, had the game-winning walk-off hit in the championship game against the Diamond Hoppers. There goes Parkinson from first. Throw down to second is faked by Ortiz. Unicorns thought maybe they could get the throw down to second and send Lambert home after that. Ortiz didn't fall for it. He faked to even try to get Lambert to go and couldn't. Hodo ahead 1-0. Second offering below the zone ball 2. Hodo hit nearly 300 last year in the USPBL with a 677 OPS. Still looking for that first home run. Did have 12 RBIs last year. This one's hit to the gap and left. Lawrence going back. Did he get it? Hodo, bottom of the wall. This is going to score 2. Lambert comes around. Parkinson a few steps behind, and a 2 RBI double for John Hodo in his first at-bat.
He got out in front of that ball and hit it to the left center gap. Maybe a couple extra reps in the weight room. That would have been his first one of the season. But nonetheless, 2 across the board for the Utica Unicorns.
And the Unicorns strike first blood here in the bottom of the second, taking advantage of a hit batter and a walk. Attilas pops out, and Hodo brings the runners home on the double.
Now Shea has to face the top of the order. Drew Galassi with a walk in his last plate appearance.
And a lefty steps up at that. Hodo, a speedster on second, will score on almost any base hit. Second pitch to Galassi is outside 2-0. And that one finds the outside for a strike. Fastball at 88. Shea still trying to push 90 on that velocity. 2-1. Bottom got Galassi swinging. It goes way back. Hodo will easily get to third. As we mentioned, he's probably got the most speed in this Unicorns lineup. Another wild pitch advances another runner. So now with just 1 out and a man on third, Drew Galassi's facing a 2-2 count. Fraley, the center fielder, shaded about 4 steps right of the second base bag. The infield is in. Rest of the outfield pretty straight up. That pitch inside, count is full. payoff pitch to Galassi. Inside, and he walked him. It gets past. Here comes Hodo. Ortiz is not going to grab it in time. Hodo's going to score standing, and it's a 3-run and counting inning for the Unicorns. That's now the 4th walk today for Austin Shea. And he's got to face the number 2 hitter, De La Cruz. So Galassi 0 for 0 in back-to-back walks in innings number 1 and 2. Galassi's going to run, throw it on to second, way wild. It's going to go out into center field. Galassi's going to go for 3. Fraley will scoop it and does not have a play. And the trouble continues for the Beavers early on.
Even though the throw was a little bit wide of the bag, Drew Galassi still showing off his speed over there. Has good potential to swipe up many more bags this season.
So it's a 1-0 count on De La Cruz. Pitch elevated fastball, well located for 89, strike 1. So a hit batter and a walk put Kevin Lambert and Matt Parkinson on. 2 wild pitches got Lambert over to third. Parkinson stole second. And then a double off the base of the wall on the Ferris State sign in the deepest left center gap brought Parkinson and Lambert home. And then Hodo got to third on a wild pitch and scored on a wild pitch on the walk to Galassi. And that's where we are now, 3-0. 2-1 to De La Cruz below the zone, 3-1.
Big series of events there.
The infield is in again. Don't be surprised to see them go home with this ground ball if there's a ground ball hit in the infield. 3-1 elevated, and he walked him again.
Looks like Shea's having a little trouble today trying to find the zone.
First baseman number 25, Ari Sakopoulos.
Chalks up his 5th walk of the day.
There is action early in the Beavers bullpen. Josh Hines, assistant manager, is going to come out and talk with Austin Shea. Not quite sure if his day is done already. That's walk number 5 for Shea. And Josh Hines, you see Trevor Jackson, a newcomer. He's the one warming up. I think Hines is going to let Shea stay in and just tell him to relax and calm down. Just focus on this batter, getting this guy out. The whole infield convenes. Whitfield and Fraley out there in right center talking. Sewan, the only fielder out there by himself in left.
Collecting his thoughts out there, maybe thinking about his day.
Fist bumps around for the infield as they strategize how to attack Ari Sakopoulos. Shea attacked him well the first time. Got Sakopoulos to strike out looking in his first at-bat after back-to-back walks. Similar situation here. Walk to Galassi, walk to De La Cruz, and in steps a dangerous hitter. They do have the runner on first, which sets up a double play on any ground ball for the Beavers.
Wind is gently blowing out there in center field.
First pitch outside, ball 1.
There's the American flag, just gently swaying.
Still kind of swirling. It is in Sakopoulos' favor, out to right. Swing and a miss there. Fastball in the bottom of the zone, well located. Shea blew it past him at 86. Way up and by. 2-1 on Sakopoulos.
It looked like his changeup that didn't really have too much snap on it.
Now the 2-1. tipped into the glove for strike 2. De La Cruz, the runner at first. Galassi, the runner at third. Still only 1 out for the Beavers. The Unicorns have already brought around 3 runs this inning. Just 1 hit. 2 of those runs came off the John Hodo 2 RBI double. 2-2. Missed it outside. Full count. And the 3-2. Inside, he walked him again. And now the bases are loaded for Leandy Castro.
Full of unicorns waiting to giddy up and come on home. Hoping to get home is the right fielder number 7.
3 straight walks. That's the 4th walk in the last 6 batters for Austin Shea.
And this could be it.
Here comes Vaughn Joshua. Think this might be the day for Austin Shea. And Austin Shea's day is officially done. It'll be Trevor Jackson taking over on the mound when we come back. A big 3rd inning for the Unicorns, and they're up 3-0 and still going with the bases loaded on the other side of this break.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier health care and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
And there you see Trevor Jackson in the Jimmy John's pitching change. A newcomer, spent 3 seasons from 2020 to 2022 at Abilene Christian. 30 appearances, all in relief, had a 2-1 record. ERA just above 7, 45 walks, 51 Ks. Has looked good in his 2 professional appearances in the USPBL. 2 innings, no runs, 1 walk, 1 K. Still have a lot to be determined with this youngster.
Good stuff so far, and it looks like Josh Munenberg behind the dish is now taking over for Omar Ortiz.
So just like that, through 1 1/3 inning, Ortiz is pulled, and so is Austin Shea. Not sure if the coaches of the Beavers weren't happy with Ortiz's calls as the catcher, but Wannenberg, the newcomer, also from LSU Shreveport, as we talked about earlier, steps in behind the dish. So the day ends for Austin Shea, 1 1/3 inning, 1 hit, 3 runs, 6 walks, 1 hit batter, and 3 Ks. So it's Leandy Castro with the bases loaded and only 1 out. This one's hit out to center. This should score a run. This is deep back to the warning track. Fraley makes the grab on the run. Tagging is Galassi. He'll easily score, and it's now 4-0.
Good track out there. Good path for Tyler Fraley.
De La Cruz was the runner on second. He thought about tagging for third and didn't, so him and Sikopoulos are stranded there at second and first as Noah Childress steps up.
Childress, a hitter you do not want to be facing right now with the runner in scoring position. Certainly has the gumption to bring him home.
First pitch to Childress, big swing and a miss, 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Jackson. He has fastball, curveball, and a changeup. 3-pitch repertoire for the youngin. Steps into a tough situation. Some relief pitchers aren't quite comfortable coming into the game with runners on base, let alone bases loaded, as Childress kind of half swung, but he went and now is behind 0-2. Lambert due up on deck. He started this inning with a hit by pitch and a run scored after getting to third on 2 wild pitches. The 9th batter sent to the plate by the Unicorns here in inning number 2. The 0-2 swing and a miss, and Jackson gets out of it with only 1 run given up after the Unicorns load the bases. The Beavers have work to do with the bats on the other side as we head to the top of the 3rd on the US PBL Network.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
Beavers playing catch-up as they give up a 4-run second inning to the home team, Utica Unicorns, and they've got work to do. It'll be 8-9 hitters. Josh Wannenberg, the substitute for Omar Ortiz, gets his first at-bat of the game.
That Cardinal back to work.
Cardinal had to sit for a while in that last half inning. 85-mile-an-hour fastball misses for ball 1.
It's Wunenberg, Lawrence, and Fraley this inning for the Beavers.
1-0, and on the hands, little bouncer to Attilis. He'll wait, field, and throw for out number 1 as Wunenberg goes down in 2 pitches.
Next up, the left fielder number 4.
Making quick work.
Saywan Lawrence. In 2019, Saywan played for the Florida.
Here's Saywan Lawrence, the left fielder today. Native of Brandon, Florida.
Bat boy getting his work in too.
Yeah. Good speed here. And the second batter in the order for the Beavers will want to get it on. Lawrence had 25 stolen bases in 3 seasons at Florida A&M. Was caught stealing just once. First pitch swinging fouled above the screen, above the grandstands, and possibly on to M59 over there. Lawrence this season 3 for 19. 2 RBIs to his name. Curveball from Cardinal is above the zone. One. Missed it low. Lawrence has also worked 2 walks this year to just 4 strikeouts. Someone that Vaughn Joshua is hoping can make some of those adjustments we've talked about at the professional level. This one's hit on the ground to Lambert. He'll scoop and fire for out number 2.
2 quick ground outs for Nick Cardinal. His defense backing him up.
And the lineup flips over to Tyler Fraley. Popped out to third his first time up. Nick Cardinal still looking for that first strikeout today. Only 1 walk. Just 2 base runners. Marcus Page was hit by a pitch back in the first inning, and Ryan Sullivan worked a walk in the second. Chopped foul on the first base line. Fraley might have caught his foot, and he's grimacing there. Never a good feeling.
I wonder where it got him on the foot.
See if we can find it on our YouTube replay. Looks like it got maybe the inside of his right foot, is that? Yeah, I think so. That foot kind of turned as he swung on the pitch. He's still walking around, talking to the trainer out there. Fraley, I was talking with him yesterday. He had the day off, obviously, as the Beavers weren't playing. He's a big fantasy baseball guy, and not only that, he's really good at it. Apparently ESPN, I'm not a fantasy baseball guy. I've only ever done football and basketball and really didn't take either of those two very seriously. But Fraley took fantasy baseball seriously a couple years ago. I believe he was saying the year the Cubs won the World Series. It was 2018, I think, 2019?
I believe so.
And he said ESPN, how they do it is you get, a score. As Fraley hits this one through the gap in the infield.
2016 against the Cleveland, what was the Indians, now the Guardians.
So Fraley, after taking a foul ball off the foot, appears to be fine. He gets a single with 2 outs for the Beavers. But he was saying that ESPN does it, the top players in the country get to move on to a tournament, a postseason tournament, whatever, at the same time that the MLB does. And it's only the top 100 players out of the thousands and millions that play fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
He was in the top 100 and was close to actually even winning that tournament and finishing in the top 20, I believe he said at one point, if a few other breaks had gone his way.
Good for him. Wow. I've only done it maybe once or twice, and I didn't take it too seriously. But yeah, I'm an advocate for fantasy football for sure. I've done fantasy hockey once. That was fun.
Marcus Page just watched a hanging breaking ball from Cardinal go by. That was middle at 73 miles an hour. Page was hit by a pitch in the first. Fraley the runner at first, 2 outs. The 0-2 to Page. Time is called. Fraley certainly has some speed over there. As we mentioned, he's 0 for 2 this year on stolen base attempts, but he'll rack up the stolen bags as this season progresses. We'll retry the 0-2. Curveball. This one Page got under, but it's right to the left fielder De La Cruz. And that's out number 3.
Good piece of hitting, definitely there.
The Unicorns put up 4 in the second, and that's the third out of the top of the third, which makes it the 5th third out of the game, brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. And there's JJ the water boy. Field general turned water boy, helping our umpires always, bringing them snacks and hydrating them, and then he gets a little reward. Gets a treat and will retreat back to his humble abode over there in the right field foul territory. And now it'll be Lancelot and Chauncey in our DTE Kid Race the mascot. There's Lancelot off to a hot start. Chauncey's rocking the LeBron James Lakers jersey. Lancelot loses his left foot. He's injured. Ramirez picks it up. Chauncey takes advantage, speeding around third. He's got a huge lead, a little hop onto third base, and Chauncey's going to win this one by a mile.
Looks like Lancelot's still trying to get put back together over there.
That's the second mascot in as many days that we've seen lose a piece of themselves. Ribby lost his head on Thursday.
I don't know if you are a fellow nerd like myself, but looking like Exodia pieces out there.
I do not know what that is.
Kind of figured. It's a very nerdy Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and her brother are big Yu-Gi-Oh fans. She got her brother and herself a Yu-Gi-Oh graphic T-shirt. I will say I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh person, but the shirts look cool. So it looks like Lancelot's okay. He'll slowly walk back to his spot with the fans. Emphasis on slowly. We saw what happens when he speeds up, starts to lose pieces of his body.
Looks like the trainer might have to go see Lancelot too.
6, 7, 8 hitters, Lambert, Parkinson, and Attilis due up here in the bottom of the third for the Unicorns. They've got a 4-0 lead after a big second inning, sparked by the 2 RBI double with nobody out from John Hodo.
Hodo got out in front of that one and hit it directly to the Fair State sign. It's like he was aiming right towards it. Just a couple feet shy of getting his first home run of the season.
Looks like we're waiting for some fans to get off the field, as you can see on the back of your screen there in the background. I think they were on for the DTE Kid Race the mascot. Trevor Jackson will take advantage and get a few warm-up pitches. Almost all gone here. Looks like our umpires are joking around about tossing these fans out, delaying the game a little bit. All right, the gate's closed and we're ready.
Fly out, strikeout in the last inning for Jackson when he inherited the runners from Shea.
And here's a first pitch pop up. Ramirez and Mercedes are there. Ramirez takes over the duties and out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Maybe Mercedes and Ramirez are having a little chat on whose ball it was.
I think that one can go either way. That's pretty squarely in the middle of the two of them. Only thing that matters is that they get the out, right?
Exactly.
Now time for Matt Parkinson. Reached on a walk in the second. Parkinson's had a really good start to this year as he looks at a ball way above the zone, eye level. Umpire telling some of the Unicorns team members to be behind the dugout railing. But Parkinson 4 for 10 this year. And there looks like that's going to be number 5. That will drop in right in front of Eric Whitfield for a 1-out single.
It was good hand-eye coordination from Parkinson to stay with that ball, even though it was trailing away from him on the plate, taking it to the opposite field and getting a loop single.
Brings up the shortstop, Louis Attilis. Popped out to first base last inning. Called first strike to Attilis. Attilis in college started his career in 2017, 4 seasons at New England College. He's a native of Boston, Massachusetts. That one gets under Wannenberg and an easy wild pitch. Advancement for Matt Parkinson over down to second. That's the first, second, third, fourth wild pitch we've seen today from the Beavers. Hard foul back to the screen from Attilis. 1 for 14 before today for Louis Attilis. Does have an RBI, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Came from the Dominican Republic. His uncle played professionally. Came here at age 6. Grew up playing with and against Eric Ramirez, the shortstop on the other side for the Beavers. Here's a tough play to the mound. Jackson will scoop and throw. Parkinson goes over to third. Good heads-up base running. And now with 2 outs, Parkinson is in good scoring position.
Next up, the second baseman, number 2, John Hodo.
Good job by Jackson to field his position for out number 2. And here's John Hodo, 2 RBIs already, a big double to start things off in that 4-run second inning, last inning for the Unicorns.
Good walk-up song, Shania Twain.
The initial offering is inside for ball 1.
Nephew Mercedes playing a little bit back, not holding Parkinson over there.
We've already seen Hodo, the man at the plate, score today on a wild pitch from third. That was on the walk to Galassi. Hodo's ahead 2-0. Jackson, bottom of the zone, foul ball. Another RBI, make that 3 already today for John Hodo. A 2-out RBI single slapped the opposite way to right field. And the Unicorns stretch their lead to 5.
I'll tell you, these Unicorns know how to hit to all sides of the field. Hodo showing his capabilities there. Doing what Parkinson did, finding one low in the zone, outside, taking it opposite field. Good piece of hitting.
And there's that heads-up base running, too, by Parkinson. When Attilis grounded out to the pitcher, Jackson. When Jackson threw over to first, Parkinson made sure he got to third. Not sure if Parkinson scores on that last single from Hodo if he's just back at second. So good heads-up and aggressive base running leads to a run scored for Parkinson. And another RBI for John Hodo. Here's Drew Galassi, the lefty. Behind 0-1, that pitch is up and outside, ball 1. A ball and a strike to Galassi. Big swing and a miss. That squirts under Wannenberg, and Hodo will basically walk down to second. 2 speedsters out there for the Unicorns right now. Hodo might be the fastest player in the lineup today for Utica, and Galassi's probably a close second.
The 9-1 hitters usually are. Playing their respective roles today.
Not too many one-hitters that have the speed that Galassi does, but also the power and just quality contact hitting that he brings to the plate.
Leadoff hitter that kind of resembles that some may know. It's like a Curtis Granderson almost.
Yeah. Galassi does. That's a good comparison. Reminds me a lot of Granderson. Showed a lot of power at the end of last season for the Unicorns. Had 8 home runs. He swings and misses there. On the off-speed, 79 below the zone for Trevor Jackson. A good put-away pitch to end the inning, but the Unicorns add one more. They tack on to their 4-0 lead. They make it 5, after 3.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities.
Where good neighbors do great things.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Nick Cardinal working on a one-hitter through 3 innings right now. He's out there for inning number 4 as he's got plenty of room to work with. A 5-run lead right now for the Unicorns after 3 innings played.
Still looking for his first strikeout, but utilizing his defense as a pitcher should.
He's pitching well to a lot of these Beavers hitters. Has taken advantage of some of their shortcomings, has pinpointed their weaknesses. He's done a really good job not giving them anything that's easy to get the barrel on. A lot of their hits that have been contacted have been tough ground balls that are in the bottom of the zone. He's had a few go in on the hands that have been grounded to the left side of the infield. We wait for more fans to depart again, this time a little bit faster than last. And we're ready. Here's Whitfield, grounded out to short in the first inning. And the initial offering is a fastball in there at 86. That's exactly what Von Joshua was talking about. That fastball is middle, 86 miles an hour, and Whitfield watches it go by. And now falls behind 0-1. Curveball doesn't quite dip in there. Now the 1-1 is hit to center. Is it going to drop in front of Galassi? No, he lays out and makes a grab.
Impressive play out there in center field. Kind of reminded me of Granderson, what he would do out in the outfield too.
We've talked about the Granderson comparisons, and Galassi proves us right with a nice layout catch for out number 1. Hard hit ball by Whitfield. Looked like it was going to drop. Instead, Galassi says, I don't think so. And Cardinal retires another. Just one hit today for the Beavers. It was from Tyler Fraley last inning, a 2-out single. He was eventually stranded there on first. Now here's Eric Ramirez. Hard hit ball in the second. Flew out to right. As he looks at a called strike. One. Fastball, big swing for Ramirez, a little under it, fouled back 1-2.
The Saturday summer heat creeping down. Now it's 74, and it's slowly declining.
Time called again. This time I believe it was by Ramirez. Facing a 1-2 with one out against Nick Cardinal. Pitch. Grounded to third. Is it foul? It is. What a beautiful throw that was by Lambert. I don't know if he would have beat Ramirez anyways.
Heck of a play over there.
It's all moot because it was a foul ball.
Good range, good arm strength over there from the third baseman.
Checking in on the MLB, the Tigers pick up a much-needed win today, 3-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Victor Reyes goes 3 for 4 with an RBI. Harold Castro, an RBI, and Eric Haas, an RBI as well. Here's the thing that stands out to me. Javi Baez, 1 for 1 with 3 walks. That is improvement if I have heard it.
So looking at more pitches, that's what happens when you do.
Breaking ball, bottom of the zone. Nice job by Cardinal to goad Ramirez into a pop-out for out number 2.
Next up for the Beavers, the first baseman, number 2, Ryan Sullivan.
Cubs and the Yankees in a battle in the top of the 4th right now. The Bronx Bombers lead the Cubs 1-0 right now. Aaron Judge had a home run in that one, the only run so far in that game. The Dodgers and the Giants in the NL. Giants lead the Dodgers 2-0. The Twins, a Central Division opponent of the Tigers, topped the Rays 6-5. The Rays beat up on the Tigers the last time they faced each other. Another Central opponent, the White Sox, fall in a high-scoring game to the Rangers today, 11-9. Tigers win and Reds lose, so the Tigers are making progress on not being the worst team in baseball. Before today, they had the 5th worst record. The Reds are almost certainly going to be the worst team in baseball this year. The Reds lose to the Cardinals today 5-4. Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 4-0. Athletics beat the Guardians today 10-5.
Wow.
It's a bad loss for the Guardians. The Athletics 21-40 today as Ryan Sullivan goes down on 3 pitches to Nick Cardinal. 3 up and 3 down. Nick Cardinal's working well right now. Got Sullivan swinging. And that's all. Nothing doing for the Beavers. Just 1 hit, no runs today. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Unicorns at bat when we come back.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Trevor Jackson comes out for his 3rd inning of work. He's got to face the 2, 3, 4 hitters in this Unicorns lineup that has already done a lot of damage today, particularly from John Hodo. He's got 3 of the 5 RBIs today. 2 of them came on a double in the 2nd. One of them came last inning on a 2-out RBI single liner to right field. Facebook comments, Chris G.P. Baker says, let's get hooved. Go Unicorns. Rooting for the Unicorns. Got to be a happy guy right now. couple of them that we've missed on YouTube. Big Cuz 85 says, let's go John John. Multi-Yapple says, let's go Unicorns. 4-0, nice. Ben Kozmalski checking from K-Pack, having a bonfire listening to the game. Ben, that's quite the way to take in some baseball. It's textbook, if I say so myself. Jennifer Jackson says, let's go 21, let's go Beavers. Rooting for Trevor Jackson, that man right there on the mound. He's behind 2-0 to De La Cruz. Jackson's looked good so far today. There's a nice curveball in there for strike one. Jackson, just a 3-pitch repertoire, fastball, curveball, changeup. All three have looked solid today. There's a nice fastball, 91 up in the zone, elevated for swing and miss, strike 3 to De La Cruz.
Third strikeout of the day for Jackson. And I'll bring up Ari Sakopoulos.
It's also back-to-back strikeouts for Trevor Jackson. Struck out Galassi to end last inning for the Unicorns. And now here's Sakopoulos. Strikeout in the first, walk in the second. And that's all today for Ari. First pitch misses, ball one.
Of the first 3 batters of the Unicorns, it's been 5 walks and 3 strikeouts combined.
Ari Sakopoulos, that's neither. That's a bomb into the berm. The first home run of the game, and the Unicorns just keep cooking.
Way to be different, Ari. Way to break that chain.
Big one for Sakopoulos. That's his 3rd of the year, his 8th RBI, and the Unicorns stretch it 6-0.
Next up for the Unicorns, the right fielder, number 7, Leandri Castro.
This one's popped up by Castro. This is going to get into the grandstands. Looking on the replay, Sakopoulos just got a fastball in, got out in front of it, and absolutely punished it to right field. Nice bender there for strike 2 on Leandri Castro from Trevor Jackson. It's a good way to come back after giving up a home run. Swing and a miss, drop 3rd strike. Wannenberg will quickly toss down to first, out number 2.
Finishes the strikeout. That's number 4 for Jackson today.
So that's Sakopoulos' 3rd home run and 8th RBI. He's now 7 for 25 on the year. Sakopoulos only played in 6 games last year in the USPBL, just 19 at-bats. Did have a home run in those 19, but he certainly got a better home run rate already this year, 3 in just 25 at-bats, as Noah Childress looks at a ball below the zone.
Sakopoulos could possibly even go to the home run derby, too, posting these numbers.
Certainly going to be a candidate. This Unicorns lineup has 3, maybe 4 guys who could compete and win the home run derby as Childress swings for strike 1. Childress is a guy who could be in the home run derby. Sakopoulos, obviously. I think Leandri Castro's got the batting practice power to do it. And Drew Galassi, we saw his power last year. He's shown it a little bit this year. He's got a home run this season. He's another candidate for the home run derby. Childress now quickly behind 1-2 after getting a first pitch ball. Next 2 pitches swinging, riding fastball up there at 90, misses. A little too excited on the elevated fastball from Jackson. So this inning, strikeout, home run, strikeout. And it's now 6-0 Unicorns in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch inside. Did that clip Childress? I think it did, just on the elbow. And in the 2-2 count, Childress is awarded first base. 2nd hit batter today for the Beavers. First one for Jackson. Excuse me, 2nd one for Jackson. Kevin Lambert was the other hit by pitch by Trevor Jackson today. He got plunked back in the 2nd inning. He was the 3rd batter Jackson had faced.
Looked like it got him. Looked like it got Noah Childress on the elbow and then Lambert on the shoulder blade.
Fouled back. Correction, that wasn't actually Jackson who hit Lambert. That was Austin Shea, and then Jackson came in on the pitching change, got a sac fly and a strikeout to end the inning. I kind of didn't exactly efficiently color my scorebook here. 0-1 to Lambert. Middle, strike 2. Childress the runner at first. Other than being hit by the pitch and scoring a run, Lambert popped up to short last inning. Ooh, boy, Jackson was doing the strikeout trot back to the dugout. Thought he had it. Instead, it's 1-2.
So is the rest of the defense.
1-2, there it is. This time swinging and missing for Kevin Lambert. So 3 strikeouts this inning for Trevor Jackson, but not before the Ari Sikopoulos bomb, and the Unicorns just keep going. They're up 6-0 after 4.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
Nick Cardinal, just 1 hit already through 4 innings. He's been looking fantastic so far. And he goes back out there for inning number 5. He'll face Cody Stevenson, Nafi Mercedes, and Josh Wannenberg, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for this Beavers lineup that has been desperately looking for offense today.
Just Tyler Fraley, the only Beavers player to have a hit in this game.
1 hit, 3 men left on base total through 4 innings today for the Beavers. No runs, no errors. 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Unicorns. 5th inning brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. We thank them for their proud sponsorship of the USPBL. So Stevenson, the switch hitter, batting on the left side for the righty-lefty matchup. Initial offering. First pitch swinging, that's over the head of Attilis and will drop in for a single to center.
Next up, the third baseman, another one.
It's hit number 2 today for the Beavers.
Right on cue as we're giving Nick Cardinal his props. Cody Stevenson says thank you very much. Took that pitch middle, came in ready to hit like we talked about. Von Joshua, that's what he wants his guys. He saw a middle fastball to start the at-bat. Cardinal wanted to get ahead with a first pitch strike, and Stevenson took it back up the middle for a single. Now there's some speed on first for the Beavers. Stevenson a pretty healthy lead. Parkinson thought about firing back as Mercedes looked at a first pitch strike.
Nick Cardinal getting his first strikeout back in the 4th inning. That's been showing him how he's using his defense today. Getting a double play in this game. Some fielder's choices and a lot of groundouts.
Big curveball. Mercedes' eyes got huge, and he just swung under it. 0-2. That's one you got to punish if you're Nafi Mercedes. Mercedes 0 for 1 today, grounded to third. Back in the 2nd inning, he'll step out of the box. $6-0 lead for the Corns. Base runner on first is Stevenson. Faked like he was going to go. That curveball breaks under the zone. Ball 1 to Mercedes. Stevenson does not have any steals this year.
He's got a big lead over at first.
Still not going to go. Mercedes gets out in front of that one and fouls it back. Another curveball from Cardinal. He's kind of abandoned the fastball a little bit in this at-bat. Pitch number 5 coming to Mercedes. Below the zone, ball 2. Mercedes this year, 1 for 17 before today, 1 for 18 total now. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Does have 2 stolen bases. Struggling to really get the bat going. He's had good vision, worked 4 walks as Cardinal keeps Stevenson honest there at first.
Both Leandy Castro and Adam De La Cruz giving them the benefit of the lines right now.
2-2. Big curveball hit hard. That one's back to the track, and De La Cruz is going to make the catch. Mercedes got another hanging breaking ball and just couldn't quite get it over the left field wall.
Too high, not too far, though.
And that's out number 1 on the fly out to left. Stevenson retreated back to first and stayed there. There's the wind. It's slightly helping in that direction. Wasn't quite enough for Mercedes to get it there, though.
Looks like he got under it a little too much.
Here's Wannenberg 0 for 1 today. That one's in the dirt. Stomps on the plate. Parkinson grabs it before Stevenson can do anything.
Wannenberg a ground out in his last at bat.
The 1-0. Way outside. Parkinson does a nice job snagging that one. 2-0. Not quite warm-up action, but movement in the Unicorns bullpen. We expect likely either Perry Bewley, a newcomer, or Jean Montanet to be one of the first 2 out of the pen for the Corns. Beavers trying to get some offense going here. Stevenson run down to second. He's in there in time. A nice job by Cody. Stevenson was patient. Everybody knew he was possibly going to be going.
That big lead over there at first.
Finally does get down to second and now in scoring position with a 3-0 count to Wannenberg and just 1 down. There is Montanet on the right side of your screen in that bullpen, and that's Brian Camacho on the left side. Montanet, the lefty, Camacho, a righty out of the pen. Might see the righty, only 2 lefties in this Beavers lineup right now. The 3-0 is middle for strike 1.
Wannenberg taking over Ortiz's duty today behind the dish. This is the first time the Beavers have had a runner in scoring position today.
Just the fourth base runner for the Beavers. Big lead for Stevenson at second. And he walked him. Cardinal couldn't come up with it on the 3-1 to Wannenberg, and now it's 2 on and 1 out for Saywan Lawrence.
And now Parkinson going to have a little chat with Cardinal, talking about the first time he's in trouble today. Working some things out, possibly.
This conversation is going to be a lot about how to pitch to Saywan Lawrence. Someone Von Joshua and I talked about pregame today. Trying to make some adjustments, having to learn that this is pro ball, and if something's not quite working, you're going to have to make a change. Lawrence, 3 for 20 this year, does have 2 RBIs, struck out 4 times and walked twice. Good chance here to get his 3rd RBI of the year. That pitch, bottom of the zone, strike 1. That fastball has just been consistently 84.5 mile-an-hour all day today. Cardinal not quite the velocity we expected, but he's pitched really well. And there's another one. That one just misses low and away. Lawrence looking on. You can see that little wave to the opposite field. That's one thing Von Joshua has really stressed. This one's chopped on the pull side to Attilas, to Hodo for 1, down to first for 2. They got him. They beat the speedster Lawrence, and a huge double play to get out of it for the Beavers.
The defense doing its work.
6-4-3, and the Unicorns still lead it 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the US PBL Network.
Dunham Sports is a proud partner of the USPBL. Big names, low prices, delivering value since 1937.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better, which means we put 166.7% into everything we do.
I think you can only give 110%.
Well, with free checking, fraud protection services, and an automatic savings tool to help you quickly reach your goals, 166.7% is possible.
Oh, wait till my 8th graders hear about this. They're gonna be like, it's not possible. Well, yes it is.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
Trevor Jackson gave up a home run to Ari Sakopoulos last inning, but other than that, pretty good. 3 strikeouts for all 3 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Unicorns 4 runs in the 2nd, 1 run in the 3rd, and 1 run on the solo shot from Sakopoulos in the 4th. Leaves us here in the bottom of the 5th. The Beavers trailing 6-0. Due up, Parkinson, Attilas, and Hodo, 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Corns. And Nick, the Unicorns, we really can't say enough about their lineup. I think it's pretty undeniable. They've got the best offensive, most powerful lineup in the USPBL this year, and it just continues to work and work for Jim Essien and his squad.
Absolutely. 1 through 9, and the pitcher can't seem to catch a break. Feel bad for them almost. But the Unicorns have been utilizing every position. Every player has their own strengths, their own weaknesses, but we're not seeing a whole lot of weaknesses because it's just overpowering and overshadowing them with their strengths.
And you talk about 1 through 9, I think this guy at the plate, Matt Parkinson, kind of epitomizes that as he looks at a ball outside for ball 1, that idea that there's not really a bad hitter in this lineup. Catchers are not usually great hitters historically, just in general in baseball, but Matt Parkinson, as we've talked about, only 10 at-bats, but he's 4 for 10 this year, has worked a walk today, a single last inning, has 2 runs scored. He's got some pop in his bat. We're still waiting to see it on the stat sheet. He's only struck out twice.
He's producing.
There's a hard hit ball to second, right to Cody Stevenson, and a ground out for out number 1.
Next up, the shortstop, number 5, Louis Attilis.
And here's Louis Attilis, someone who badly could use a hit right here. Gets a chance to relax with his team up big through 4.5 innings right now. Hopefully can use that and not push the issue too much. That tends to be downfall of some players. They get too worried about what the numbers say and force things a little bit too much. And Louis Attilis, someone who's very easy to root for. Jeremy and I have talked to him quite a bit. Nice young guy in the league, fresh out of college. Really great in the field so far this season for the Unicorns. He looks at a fastball inside of the zone for strike 1. Count even with 1 down and nobody on. Check to swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike 2. The 1-2 from Jackson. Righty-righty matchup. Curveball misses inside. Pretty good pitch there. It's elevated, and obviously you don't want to hang a breaking ball, but when it's inside like that, really hard for hitters to turn on it. And now the 2-2. Another fastball low and away, perfectly placed. Check that. That was the changeup at 81.
Pitch
Still
like
well
that,
placed.
Very, very well placed. Pitch like that, it's very difficult to try to get solid contact in the barrel spot. So good work there for Louis Attilis to try to just spoil and get another pitch.
2-2, bottom of the zone again. Attilis gets on top of it. Mercedes makes the grab on the run and throws down to Sullivan. 2 up, 2 down.
Back-to-back ground outs. Now John Hodo,
Next up for the Unicorns,
who's having a stellar game at the plate. 3 RBIs, 2 for 2, single and a double.
Both of them for RBIs. The double was a 2 RBI double in the second. And just an RBI single with 2 outs in the third. Hasn't been to the plate since. Steps up again with 2 outs here in the 5th. Looks at that pitch inside, ball 1. This is someone who really could have used a day like today. 3 for 12 before today was John Hodo. That pitch squirts away. No home runs and no RBIs today, or this season as well for Hodo before tonight's game. Hasn't worked a walk yet either, but he's in a good spot here, 3-0. Looks like Camacho will be first out of the pen for the Unicorns. That pitch inside, Hodo didn't like it, but it's strike 1. That was ball 4 for Hodo, but he whittled it away. Foul, full count.
Temperature now slowly decreasing.
And there it is. Up in the zone, pretty close, but he walked him. And now John Hodo's done a little bit of everything. Double, single, and a walk through 3 at-bats.
The score for the Unicorns in the 2021 championship game. They went on to win their 3rd consecutive title in extra.
First walk by Trevor Jackson. And now with 2 outs, top of the order due up, Drew Galassi. There's Zach Devin and Zach Blankenship getting warm as well for the Beavers. Bottom of the zone, strike 1 to Galassi.
Looking at a cool 71 degrees now with a little bit more wind.
Certainly has gotten a lot more chilly in the room up here. Oh, 1. Curveball Top of the zone, hit right to Sullivan, and he'll step on the bag for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Unicorns there, just a walk for John Hodo, and he gets stranded there. Beavers need some offense. We'll see if they can get it at the top of the 6th when we come back.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field. Brendan Shabath and Nick Matthews giving you the call here in downtown Utica. Yep. When it's time for baseball, it's time for beer. Two Hearted Ale has been named the #1 beer in America for the past 4 years by members of the American Home Brewers Association. Play ball with the best. Two Hearted Ale, the iconic American IPA from Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan. Please, drink responsibly. And we got a new face on the mound for the Utica Unicorns. Looks like Brian Camacho out there out of the pen for the Utica Unicorns. He'll face the top of the order, Tyler Fraley, Marcus Page, and Eric Whitfield. Tyler Fraley, one of 2 hits today for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. 1 for 2 with a pop out and a single today. He'll look at a ball high. 1-0 the count. Crowd still looking strong here at Jimmy John's Field. Lawn's packed. Stands are filled. Camacho delivers. Fans and misses is Fraley. 1-1 the count now. This one's poked back to the screen. Count goes to 1-2 on Tyler Fraley. Steps off for a quick sec.
Brian Camacho, someone we expected to see today. He's been a good arm so far this season for the Unicorns. Nice fastball there, 93 and a half. Good strikeout.
Next up for the Beavers, the designated hitter number 5, Marcus Page.
Nick Cardinal had a good outing today. Not giving up a single run, only 2 hits. 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Good successful outing for him.
First pitch to Page is in for a strike. Page hit by a pitch in the first inning, flied out to left in the third on a deep ball. Looks at ball one. Camacho, just a 2-pitch repertoire, fastball and slider. That fastball is usually 90 to 92. He's already touched 93 once today. He's touched 95 this year. Page went around on that one. Upset with himself as that one was badly in the dirt on the slider. Camacho comes from Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Spent 2 years at Point Park in the NAIA and 2 at Fairmont State before coming to the USPBL. There's a slider, and he got Page with the one up in the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brian Camacho.
Next up, the right fielder, number 26, Eric Whitfield. Eric earned a bachelor's degree.
That brings up the right fielder, Whitfield. 0 for 2 today. Ground out, fly out. First and fourth innings. Initial offering from Camacho, another good slider, gets Whitfield to chase. That one was in the dirt, and he still swung strike one. We thank all of you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying today's game. Certainly easier to do if you're a Unicorns fan. Julian Hodo, a Unicorns fan, she says, let's go, John. John's having a great day today. 2 for 2, 3 RBIs, a double, a single, and a walk for Hodo. He's out there at second base right now, one step back onto the outfield grass as the infielders are deep on Whitfield. It's 1-1. Another good slider, 1-2. Slider almost acts more as a curve. Really good vertical drop there. Now the 1-2. Another slider and another swing. That one's Whitfield thought it was dropped by Parkinson. I thought it was too. He said he caught it, didn't throw down to first, so might get away with it. 3 up, 3 down, all strikeouts. 1 looking, 2 swinging for Brian Camacho, and we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Unicorns lead it 6-0.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
Trevor Jackson's going to stay out there for one more inning. We did see some action in the Beavers bullpen. Good inning, last inning for Jackson. Only gave up a walk to Hodo, but retired Parkinson, Attilis, and Galassi. And that brings up Adam De La Cruz. De La Cruz, 2 walks and a strikeout today. First pitch swinging, flied out to center. Fraley coming in on the run, converging with Whitfield, and Fraley will grab it out number 1.
Using his speed out there in center field, tracking it down right behind the second baseman.
Next up, the first baseman, number 25.
1 pitch and 1 out for Jackson.
Got some action in the Beaver pen.
There's Zach Devon. Blankenship is to his left. Devon's the one on the right. Devon likely the first one that we'll see among the two. James Crick is scheduled to throw tonight, the closer for the Beavers. First pitch to Ari Sakopoulos, who's already homered today, is outside for ball 1. Bottom of the zone, check swing, tapped foul by Sakopoulos. Lefty-righty matchup, the 1-1. In on the hands, and Sakopoulos swung on it. Nice movement on that pitch from Jackson. That was the curveball. Dropped right below the bat. One-two, swing and a miss after a first pitch ball. Jackson goads Sakopoulos into 3 swings and gets another strikeout. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 today for Trevor Jackson. This is the longest we've seen Jackson throw. He's working on his 4th inning right now. Only had 2 innings in 2 separate appearances before today. Gets Castro to swing and miss. Big curveball there, misses outside and up.
Big hack.
And strike 2 to Castro. And another one. So 3 swings and misses for Leandy Castro. 3 up, 3 down for Trevor Jackson. A really good inning. He's got 7 strikeouts right now. He's doing well defensively for the Beavers, only giving up 2 runs. He needs the offense to pick him up. They trail by 6 as we head to the top of the 7th.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit, with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
A tradition here at Jimmy John's Field between the 6th and 7th innings. Shake it off. Shake off any crumbs you might have maybe from food. Shake off any jitters if it's a close game. Not exactly one tonight, but There's the USPBL dance crew leading the crowd and Shake It Off.
Both Buzz and Lancelot showing their moves down there too.
Lancelot, good to see him back out there after the injury he suffered in the DTE kid race. The mascot lost a foot on his way down to second.
Could have been from all that two-stepping they were doing earlier.
So Jean Montanet goes out for the Unicorns. Just one inning for Brian Camacho, and boy, was it a good one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts.
2 of them swinging, 1 backwards.
Montanet comes out for the top of the 7th with a 6-run lead in hand. He's got to face the 4, 5, 6 hitters, though, starting with this guy, Eric Ramirez.
Who's knee-deep now in the batter's box.
First pitch to Ramirez misses low and inside, ball 1. Montanet works 4-seam fastball, changeup, slider, and curve. The slider and curve both look very similar. That one misses also 2-0. Big swing and a miss for Ramirez. 78 miles an hour got him for strike 3. So that's 4 straight strikeouts for the Unicorns. The first 3 coming from Camacho. I think Ramirez might have tipped that one.
Yeah. Gets to stick around for another pitch.
Didn't quite. I think he got that one. That one misses outside. Three-run there's a swing and a miss. Ramirez today, fly out to right in the 2nd and a pop out to first in the 4th. 0 for 2, like many of his teammates today. Just 2 hits today for the Beavers. And a walk there from Montanet to start things off.
So 3rd base runner today. 4th base runner today.
Next up, the first baseman, number 2, Ryan Sullivan.
Walk, a hit by pitch by Page, and 2 singles is all the chalked up Beavers base runners have.
Ryan Sullivan steps in 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out back in the 4th. First pitch, middle, fastball at 88. Sullivan watches it go by for strike 1. We know that is not going to make Von Joshua happy. Sullivan to watch that pitch go by. Ramirez on it first. Sullivan a little behind on that one, now 0-2. Another fastball in the same spot for Montanet.
Decent lead over there for Ramirez.
Montanet will throw back. Ramirez hasn't stolen a base, hasn't attempted it yet this year either. Might have been some choking around there with Sakopoulos, Montanet, and Ramirez. 0-2 to Sullivan. 3 RBIs this year for him. And that one's above the head of Attilis, leaping and gets over his glove. Ramirez quickly rounds second and will stop there. Now thought about going for 3 on the errant throw, but Wannenberg is there to back it up. And it'll be first and second with nobody out.
That one is absolutely crushed to the left center gap, just above the reach of Attilis.
Good job by Sullivan. A much needed single for the Beavers. They might have something cooking here. 2 on and nobody out for Cody Stevenson.
Best opportunity of the day so far for the Beavers. Nobody out, 2 on.
Curveball in there, strike one from Montenay. Stevenson reached on a fielder's choice in the second and had a single in the fifth. So 1 for 2 today.
Also swiped a bag as well to add to the list.
Makes him 2 for 10 on the year with 6 walks, and that's a wild pitch that will advance both runners easily. Ramirez rounded third, thought about coming home. Parkinson that was, took an extra second to grab that one. Good spot for Stevenson to bring around his first RBI or RBIs of the season. Counts even at 1 apiece. Middle again, fastball, strike 2. Two on, nobody out for Stevenson.
Looks at that one in the dirt.
Watches that one go by. Evens up the count, 2 apiece. I think that last one was the curve for Montenay. Now 2-2, way above, count is full. Tried to elevate the fastball and got a little too happy. Stevenson, the native of Maricopa, Arizona. Spent 3 seasons at Mission College from 2017 to 2021. Now the full count back to Montenay. He's going to have to charge to field. Will throw to first. Now Sakopoulos down to the plate to Parkinson, and Ramirez slid in there safely. Heads up base running by Ramirez on a tough bang play. Parkinson thought he was out. It looked like the throw was in time.
Looks like just a hand got in there before the swipe on the back of the leg.
And Ramirez gifts his buddy Stevenson an RBI on the ground out back to the pitcher. The first run of the game crosses home plate for the Beavers. Stevenson's first professional RBI. It was a really good play by Montenay to get it down to first quickly, and then everybody in the stadium could see that Ramirez was going to go once he got rid of that ball, and he did, and Sakopoulos fired a bullet back to Parkinson. I think Parkinson did a really nice job turning all the way around from that first base angle as this one's chopped to Attilis, has to back up a little bit, fires over to first. The infield ground ball advances Sullivan to third. Mercedes grounds out to short.
It's a good adjustment over there for Attilis to take a few extra steps backwards and field it cleanly.
And now Josh Wannenberg, a walk and a ground out today. Initial offering is outside for ball 1. Wannenberg in the first game against the Unicorns on Thursday had 2 errant throws in the first inning. When the rain was coming down, the ball was slippery. He said that was part of the reason he had those errant throws, and it was also his first pro game. He got the start after just making it to Utica a couple days ago after LSU Shreveport's college season was ended, and said a little bit of the jitters were part of that. A little late on that fastball in the bottom of the zone for strike 1 as he fouled that one back. The 2 errant throws brought around 3 runs for the Unicorns. It was a 3-run first inning, a 1-run first inning for the Beavers. That game would finally end 4-3. Advantage Unicorns. That one's in there for strike 2. .88-mile-an-hour fastball from Montenay. Sullivan waiting on third, trying to come around for the second run of the game. in the dirt. Parkinson does a great job of blocking it. Full count. So Ramirez started things off with a walk. Sullivan had a nice single to advance Ramirez to second. They both moved up 90 feet to second and third on a wild pitch, and then Ramirez came home on the ground out from Stevenson back to the pitcher. The full count. Montané gets a fist bump after a big strikeout to Wannenberg with Sullivan waiting on third. So the Beavers finally get their first run, but they still trail 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the seventh. The Unicorns due up on the USPBL Network. Check that. It's everybody's favorite part, or least favorite. I'm going to guess least favorite.
Thought we would get out of it, but no, we're going to get pulled right back in.
It's in between the seventh inning, so you know what that means. It's seventh inning stretch time, which means the good old baseball tradition of take me out to the ball game. Brought to you by Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. You ready, Nick?
As I'll ever be.
All right. I don't think I'll ever be ready either. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Get up and stretch. We head to the bottom of the seventh. The Unicorns lead the Beavers 6-1 on the USPBL Network.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Well, after a 3-up, 3-down inning in the bottom of the sixth for Trevor Jackson, 2 of those outs being strikeouts, he comes back out for the seventh. Vaughn Joshua and Josh Hines are going to stretch the newcomer. He faces Childress, Lambert, and Parkinson. The first pitch to Childress is a check swing, strike 1.
It'll be Childress, Lambert, and Parkinson this inning for the Utica Unicorns.
Nice curveball on the front foot in there, 0-2 now.
Good location.
4 hits today for the Unicorns. They've resulted in 6 runs. They've stranded 7. The Beavers have 3 hits and have stranded 6. Big swing and a miss there. Childress, not quite his day. His 3rd strikeout. And that's the 8th for Trevor Jackson.
He's been cooking today.
Brings up the third baseman, Lambert. Hit by pitch in the second, pop out in the third, strike out in the fourth. First pitch swinging, high fly ball, towering foul down the right field line.
Jackson's had a strikeout in every inning he's pitched so far this game, except for one inning that he had 3 groundouts.
He's done a fantastic job picking up for Austin Shea, who just didn't quite have the stuff today. Shea finished with an inning and a third, 1 hit, gave up 3 runs, had 6 walks, hit a batter, and struck out 3. Since then, it's been all Trevor Jackson, and he's done very well. He's had a lot of swings like that, off balance, down to an E goes Kevin Lambert for strike 1. Check that was strike 2. That one's outside. Grounding ball up the middle to Ramirez. Routine play down to first to Sullivan and out number 2.
Next up for the Unicorns, the catcher, number 23.
Good play over there by Eric Ramirez, getting it on the hop and slinging it over to Sullivan.
Now the catcher, Matt Parkinson, 4th at bat today. Walk, single, ground out. Big swing again. There it is. That slider today for Trevor Jackson is just absolutely on point right now.
Been keeping a lot of batters off balance today, I can tell you that.
There's one off the end of the barrel for Parkinson, foul. 0-2 now. It's actually a curveball that Jackson has. Just there's a lot of horizontal movement on that curve. It's almost like a slurve that he has. Now another 0-2 count. That one's in there. Got him looking. Trevor Jackson make it 9 strikeouts today. 2 last inning, 2 this inning. And he's absolutely cooking right now. He needs the offense to do the same. Top of the 8th coming up. Stick around on the USPBL Network.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities.
Where good neighbors do great things.
Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward, not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
It's Keon Taylor's turn to toe the slab here in the top of the 8th. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters Lawrence, Fraley, and Page. Montenay goes 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. A little bit of everything in the top of that 7th. Sawan, 2 groundouts today, a ground into a double play in the 5th. Keon Taylor, we were really impressed with in the game on Thursday. 2 innings, just 1 hit, 1 walk, had 3 strikeouts and 8 batters faced. The sidearm delivery, that tough angle for right-handed hitters to hit against. First pitch is in there for a ball to Lawrence. In on the hands and whittled foul. Taylor's got a sinker for a fastball, changeup and slider. The slider is absolutely deadly to righties. It essentially starts behind the right-handed batter and finds its way back across the plate, usually on the inner half. Taylor looks in at the sign and sets. That's a fastball right in, right back. Parkinson will grab it, throw down to first, and scooped by Sakopoulos for out number 1.
Wow, an absolute strike from Parkinson. Hustling out behind the dish, calling off Taylor, and then delivering a bullet right to first.
That brings up Fraley. The likely only lefty Taylor will have to face unless the Beavers can start a rally. Cody Stevenson, the switch hitter today, bats in the 6 hole. If you're just joining us, it's been all Unicorns today. 6 runs on 4 hits and no errors for them. The Beavers got their first run of the game. That slider backdoor finds its way into the zone for strike 1 for Keon Taylor. The Beavers have 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. They got their first run last inning from Eric Ramirez. He scored on an RBI ground out from Cody Stevenson. And that's all the offense they've had, just 3 hits today. Nick Cardinal took a 1-hitter through 5 innings as Fraley fouls this one off. Tara Hodo on YouTube says, "Let's go, John. Chicago is watching you." Slider didn't quite get it. Parkinson was ready to fire down to third for a backwards K. Instead, it's ball 1 on Fraley.
An insurance arm over there in the bullpen is warming up for the Unicorns.
There's another slider that Fraley got out in front of and fouled away. Big Cuz 85 says, "Way to go, Hodo." Cecilia Holland says, "Go Malik Bolin Unicorns." Malik Bolin with the day off today, but his Unicorns are doing well right now. Mia Bishop-Jones, mother of Travius Ford on this Beavers team, says, "Let's go Beavers offense." There's a slider fouled back by Fraley again. Random Unbreakable says, "Guys, I'm at the game. I just wanted to see the live stream. It's off by a minute." Well, yeah, that's technically how live streams usually work, Random Unbreakable. One down, nobody on, the 1-2 to Fraley. Fastball back to Taylor, a nice glove play, dropped it down to the dirt for out number 2. So the first ground out, we get unusual marks in the scorebook. A 2-3 ground out by Saywan Lawrence to Parkinson, and a 1-3 ground out by Fraley back to the pitcher Taylor.
Good work by the pitching staff and by the catching staff.
Now it's Marcus Page's turn. Strikeout in the 6th, fly out in the 3rd, hit by pitch in the 1st. Faces Taylor with 2 outs. Slider 74, big swing and a miss. Now the 0-1. Another slider tried to get Page to chase, and he was disciplined. Page, the Vegas native from Las Vegas, Nevada. There's another one in there, strike 2. That was the fastball from Taylor. Had a little tail on it. Good looking pitch. Haven't seen the changeup. It's mainly been sinker slider. There's another slider, and he got Page to chase for out number 3.
Good sweeping slider.
Strikeout swinging. That's Keon Taylor's first strikeout as he makes quick work of the Beavers offense. Head to the bottom of the 8th. The Unicorns still leading 6-1.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier health care and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
James Crick, the big, towering, explosive closer for the Beavers, steps out. Not in a safe situation, trailing 6-1. He takes over for Trevor Jackson, who had a fantastic day, his first big day. Only had 2 innings pitched in 2 appearances before this, and in his third professional appearance, he goes 5 2/3, 3 hits, gave up 2 runs, one of them the solo shot home run to Ari Sakopoulos. Only 1 walk and 8 strikeouts for Jackson. Nick, he really was on point today. That fastball for him was good, and the curve was working too.
Keeping the batters off balance and keeping them guessing at the plate.
Crick rocks a fastball, slider, and changeup on the upper end of the velocity spectrum in the USPBL. 92, 93 fastball consistently. Mitch Aker just wants him to touch 95. James Crick is someone we know can get out of the USPBL and likely play affiliate ball sometime soon. He faces 8-9-1 hitters Attilis Hodo Galassi this inning. First pitch to Attilis is a ball.
James Crick coming into this game has 4 innings pitched. Giving up only 5 hits, no walks. Has 4 strikeouts to pair.
A save to his name as well. Has yet to give up a run. This one back to Stevenson on second. 2 pitches and Attilis is down.
Next up for the Unicorns, the second baseman, number 2.
John Hodo now due up for the Unicorns, having a great day at the plate.
Hodo's had a fantastic day. 2 RBI double in the third, 2 RBI double in the second, RBI single in the third, and a walk in the fifth. But he's got a tough opponent staring him down on the mound in James Crick. Crick, 23 years old, a young righty, native of Spring Lake, Michigan. Went to local Michigan college Hillsdale for 5 seasons in the Great Midwest Athletic Conference. Totaled 94 innings there, 92 strikeouts in those 94 innings.
Wow. It's almost 1 an inning.
Strikeout rate just below 9 per 9 at 8.8. That was the changeup. That was errant. 1-1 on John Hodo. Up in the zone. Hodo swung on it. 1-2. Here at Jimmy John's Field, one of the things we do in between innings on the video board here at the stadium is give birthday and anniversary and who's a whatnot shout outs. And I got to give my own birthday shout out to my godfather, my uncle Pat Kawa, down in Knoxville, Tennessee, if you're watching, celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Uncle Pat.
Happy birthday from all of us here at USPBL.
Hopefully we can get a better game for you next time. The Unicorns have dominated this one offensively 6-1. A lot of their runs, 5 of the 6, came in the second and third innings. The only one after that was in the fourth on the solo shot from Sakopoulos. Crick misses with that fastball up.
Stevenson and Ramirez over there playing a touch on the grass for Hodo.
He's had a great day today. A lot of fans that have checked in on the YouTube. 2 for 2 with a walk. 3 RBIs. Had none coming into this game. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. James Crick wins that battle against John Hodo. His first strikeout of the night.
Next up, the center fielder, number 24, Drew Galassi.
That's the 5th strikeout between Trevor Jackson and James Crick in the last 7 Unicorns batters. Here's Drew Galassi. Walk, strikeout, ground out today. Scored a run back in the 2nd. Swinging, fouling this one away, 0-1. It's Perry Bewley in the Unicorns' pen. Ever since the starter Nick Cardinal went out, it's been 1 inning each for the Unicorns relievers. It was Brian Camacho, then Jean Montanet, and most recently Keon Taylor. We'll see if Perry Bewley comes out to close things out for the Unicorns. Bewley did come out and close things out for 2 innings in the game between the Beavers on Thursday. Had 1 walk and 4 strikeouts, facing 7 batters. Inside on Galassi, 1-2. Swing and a miss there. The umpire signaled 1-2. It was actually 2-1. Now it's 2-2 on Galassi. Big swing and a miss for Galassi there. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for James Crick. And now it's the last chance for the Beavers. They trail by 5 runs as we head to the top of the 9th on the USPBL Network. Put on your rally caps, Beavers fans. This is their last chance when we come back.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better, which means we put 166.7% into everything we do.
I think you can only give 110%.
Well, with free checking, fraud protection services, and an automatic savings tool to help you quickly reach your goals, 166.7% is possible.
Oh, wait till my 8th graders hear about this. They're gonna be like, it's not possible. Well, yes it is.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
I'm all in with HR and Organizational Development Council.
I'm all in with Marketing and Business Development Council.
I'm all in with Operations and Member Experience Council.
I'm all in with CEO Council.
I'm all in with Lending Council.
I'm all in with CFO Council.
I'm all in with Technology Council.
Our credit union is all in with CUNA Councils.
As we speculated, it's 1 inning for Keon Taylor. No hits, no walks, no runs, a strikeout, and now it's Perry Bewley's turn on the bump. Bewley will have to face the 3-4-5 hitters, Whitfield, Ramirez, and Sullivan. 3 good hitters you want to start the inning, and an inning that the Beavers need a rally, down by 5 with their last chance. Bewley, the 23-year-old native of Chardon, Ohio, has a 4-seam fastball, slider, and a changeup. Might not see the changeup this inning. He usually likes to test it in the first at bat or so and see if it moves at all. There's a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, misses for ball 1. See if that changeup moves, and if it does, he's checking the verticality of it. If it does drop vertically, he'll try to use it. It's still something he's working on in practice to really add to his repertoire. 92 middle for strike one to Whitfield. 5 seasons at Ashland in the GLIAC. Sub-4 ERA, 152 innings pitched, 200 strikeouts for Bewley, and a swing and a miss there for Whitfield. Whitfield has started this season well, 7 for 20 before today. It's been a rough day for him, 0 for 3 so far with a strikeout. It's been a rough day for a lot of Beavers. Unicorns pitching staff has done a fantastic job, starting with Nick Cardinal, who only gave up 2 hits through 5 innings. Top of the 9th, 2-2 on the leadoff hitter Whitfield. Pitch middled but fouled back by Whitfield.
Brendan, you got to hand it to this Unicorns defense. The entire day they've been very stingy about keeping runners off the base path.
6 stranded today for the Beavers. Not a lot of base runners overall. Most of the ones that they've had have been stranded, all except one. That was Eric Ramirez that came home to score in the 7th. And another foul back by Whitfield. Good battle here. Whitfield playing in right today. He came into the USPBL as an outfielder but expressed that he wanted to be a catcher. He came as an outfielder / first base half / catcher and decided that he wants to catch. But Travius Ford, who had locked up a spot in the outfield with his injury, they need an outfielder out there for the Beavers, and that's where Whitfield goes. And right now he's going to head down to the bench with a swing and a miss there. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Unicorns. First one for Bewley, and now 2 outs left for the Beavers. Here comes Ramirez, the only man in red to cross the plate today. He reached on a walk in the 7th. Got to second after Sullivan's single, third on a wild pitch, and scored on the Stevenson groundout. Bewley bounces that one up there behind Parkinson. Bewley stands at 5'10", 200. 23-year-old celebrating a birthday next week. On the 18th, he'll turn 24.
Week from today.
Check swing, strike anyways. Strike one on Ramirez. Only the second time we've seen Bewley in the USPBL this year. He did get a save in his first appearance. That was on Thursday against this Beaver squad. 2 innings, walked 1 batter, struck out 4. Pop up for Ramirez back to right field coming in. Oh, it's dropped. Ramirez is going to go to second. The throw is wide and not in time. Stevenson was going back. Whitfield was coming in, and Stevenson let it get past. Excuse me, that's Hodo.
Looks like it's a little bit of miscommunication by Hodo and takes responsibility for the error. They're going to give him a hit on it, though.
Interesting there. Not quite sure how that's a hit for Ramirez. It's a pretty routine play for Hodo. Because he still tried to, it's not like he changed his mind and decided to let Leandy Castro, who was coming in, get the ball. He tried to get it and just missed. So now that brings up Ryan Sullivan with a man in scoring position. Sullivan in the 7th had a single and got all the way to third, but was stranded there. Big swing on the first one. A nice pitch there from Bewley. That's the slider. 83 miles an hour, strike one. Ramirez with a big lead. He's stealing for third. Parkinson throw down. It hit Ramirez, and now squirts away, and he's going to come in to score. Aggressive base running by Eric Ramirez, and he's the second run to cross the plate. 2 runs scored for him today. Heads up base running.
Heads up base running and heads up out there. Don't know, looks like where he hit him, maybe in the arm or the chest.
Ramirez appears to be okay. Kevin Lambert, the third baseman, I think had no inkling that Ramirez was going to try for third. He was behind getting there. Parkinson fired the ball down there anyways, and it bumped into Ramirez and squirted into foul territory. Now 1-1 on Sullivan, into the dirt, 2-1. Ramirez first scored on a very soft ground ball to the pitcher, Jean Montanet. He had to come in to field it as Cody Stevenson was racing down to first. And then when Montanet threw down to first, that's when Ramirez took off for home, and he beat the throw from Sakopoulos into Parkinson. So that was aggressive base running for the first run. And then the steal and gliding home aggressively again. 2-2 on Sullivan. Hard hit. It bounces. Takes a huge hop over Kevin Lambert. A couple unfortunate mishaps for the Unicorns. And the Beavers are still alive.
Looked like Sullivan's grounder hit the lip where the grass meets the dirt. It took a wicked hop right over Lambert's head.
So back-to-back singles for Ryan Sullivan. The Beavers have now out-hit the Unicorns as it stands. 2 runs on 5 hits. The Unicorns 6 runs on 4 hits. Unicorns have had a lot more base runners today with all the walks that came in the first couple innings.
First 3 batters of the Unicorns contributing 5 walks.
Cody Stevenson, who's got a single and an RBI today. The 2 are separate. Singled back in the 5th, had an RBI ground out in the 7th. Steps up with Sullivan on first. First pitch outside half of the zone, strike 1. Fastball at 90 from Bewley. Bewley checks the runner. Sakopoulos not exactly holding Sullivan. With 1 out, we might see him try to get into scoring position as that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Stevenson 1 for 3, but he's reached twice today. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Now the 1-1. Swing bounced foul down the right field line. Seen a good mix of pitches today from Bewley. A couple sliders, couple fastballs. Don't think we've seen the changeup yet. Outside, got him looking. That's the same first pitch strike. The fastball that Bewley threw the first time, and he got it to Stevenson for strike number 3, backwards K. Second K for Bewley in this inning. And now it's all up to Nafi Mercedes. The Beavers are down to their last out. Mercedes 2 ground outs and a fly out today. That makes him 1 for 20 on the year. First pitch swinging, fouled back to the screen. First base line. The 0-1 in on the hands, and Mercedes ducks out of the way. Sullivan, the runner on first. 1 run has already come around to score for the Beavers. They entered the inning down 6-1. They're down to their last out. Mercedes hits this one to short. Attilis is there. That should do it. He'll go to Hodo at second for the force. And the Unicorns move to 6-1. They're still in first place by a lot as they beat the Beavers today 6-2.
Good solid pitching day for the Utica Unicorns all around. Starting with Nick Cardinal and Montanay, Taylor, and Bewley to finish it off. Solid defense, too.
2 strikeouts for Bewley. Also gave up 2 hits and a run by the aggressive base running by Eric Ramirez. But he does get 2 strikeouts and does get out of it as the Unicorns win 6-2 over the Beavers. When we come back, it'll be the post-game show with our player of the game from the Unicorns. Stick around. Don't want to miss it.
If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorns. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me, it ain't no competition, not even from you. If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorns. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me, it ain't no competition, not even from you.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier health care and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward. Not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field. We're here with our player of the game after the Unicorns beat the Beavers 6-2, John Hodo. Hodo, you had a fantastic game today. I wouldn't want to say struggling, but hadn't had an RBI yet this season, hadn't had a walk. You got both today, 3 RBIs, worked your first walk, really seeing the ball well today. What'd you think?
It was a very good win. I was just trying to stay in my posture because I felt like I kind of got away from it. But, we trusted the process, swung it well, got 2 hits to show for it, and, I'm feeling good.
I talked about it on your win on Thursday against the Beavers, 4-3. In batting practice that day, before all the rain and the dark clouds, you were working on hitting, and you cranked a home run in BP, and as you stepped away, you looked at the bat and said, I know it's in there, and kind of chuckled, and Mike Zielinski was joking around with you about that. But it was in there today. I mean, you were feet away, base of the wall in deepest left center field. Feel good to kind of crank one like that?
Yeah, just like I said before, just staying in my legs and just, trusting the process, just trust all the work that I put in the offseason. And, it showed today, hopefully, continue this to keep going.
And so now that's 2 wins in a row for you guys after suffering your first loss of the season this week on Wednesday to the Hoppers, 3-1. Back on the right track, back cooking, way out in front of the rest of the league, 6-1. What does it mean for you guys after suffering that first loss and a really good game for the Hoppers to get back into the swing of things?
We have a really good team overall from top to bottom. God willingly, we just keep going and keep playing well and keep playing behind each other and just to play clean baseball.
That's John Hodo, our Jimmy John's player of the game as the Unicorns beat the Beavers 6-2. We'll see you next week on Thursday, 7:05 on the US PBL Network.